A young couple named Sasha and Tommy are introduced as experienced mountain climbers. They are camping on the deadly Trollwall Mountain in Norway, sleeping in a suspended tent hanging off the side of a cliff. When the weather seems stable enough, they continue their climb. Sasha keeps trying to reach a difficult section of the cliff, but she fails again and again. She is obsessed with reaching the summit that day. Tommy, however, climbs more carefully. He is no longer as strong as he once was, and he can already sense danger ahead. Dark clouds begin moving in, and the mountain is about to be hit by violent weather. Tommy urges Sasha to turn back and camp for safety. Inside the tent, he tells her they should stop the climb entirely. Trollwall is too dangerous, and the incoming storm could kill them both. For the sake of both their lives, Sasha finally gives up her dream of reaching the summit. That night, the two begin descending the mountain during the storm. As they struggle down the cliff, falling rocks begin crashing around them. In the chaos, Tommy loses his grip and slips just as Sasha is still trying to secure his rope. Now hanging over the deadly drop, Tommy's full weight is in Sasha's hands. She fights with everything she has to hold him, but her strength starts fading fast. In the end, Sasha can't hold on any longer. Tommy falls to his death. 5 months later, Sasha travels alone to Australia, Tommy's homeland. At a ranger station, she fills out travel forms and says she is heading to Wandara National Park, a massive wilderness filled with rivers and dense forest. The ranger warns her to be careful. Many people have gone missing in those woods and were never found. Afterward, Sasha stops at a small convenience store near a gas station. While buying supplies, she gets harassed by a man named Matt. He offers to guide her since she is traveling alone, but Sasha refuses. She instantly senses that Matt and his friends are trouble. The situation is interrupted by another man named Ben, who steps in and tells them to back off. Once outside, Ben kindly gives Sasha directions to the river she is searching for. She begins to think he is a decent man. But that feeling changes when Ben casually says something unsettling that makes her uncomfortable. Using his directions, Sasha eventually finds a campsite near the river. That night, she is shocked to see Matt and his hunting group camping nearby. Certain they are dangerous, Sasha avoids them completely and chooses to sleep inside her car. The next morning, Matt's group is gone. Feeling safe again, Sasha begins the real reason for her trip. She launches her kayak and heads down the wild river alone. She handles the rough rapids fearlessly. Sasha loves adrenaline. It is one of the few things that still makes her feel alive. After finishing the river run, she discovers an abandoned tent near the woods and decides to camp there for the night. The next morning, she wakes in panic. Her bag is gone. Inside it were her phone and food supplies. She had hung it high in a nearby tree, yet somehow someone still took it. Moments later, she finds a snake inside her tent. Shaken, Sasha gets back into her kayak and starts searching for the missing bag. While traveling, she spots another boat tied near shore. Hoping its owner can help, she lands and searches the area. Then she unexpectedly finds Ben. It turns out the boat belongs to him. Ben invites her to rest, and she reluctantly agrees. During their conversation, Ben says he also loves adrenaline and thrill-seeking, just like Sasha. He tells her he has known this place since childhood. Since his mother died, he rarely talks to anyone. Sasha opens up too. She reveals that she stopped mountain climbing after Tommy's death. Ben praises her courage for standing up to Matt and his group. Then Sasha realizes something disturbing. Ben had been at the campsite the whole time and intentionally allowed Matt's group to bother her. When Sasha prepares to leave, she notices something even worse. Ben is wearing her bracelet. Then he calmly returns her stolen bag. Pointing a crossbow at her, Ben admits he took her phone as well. But in a twisted gesture, he says he added extra supplies into the bag. Then he starts music playing on a speaker. Ben tells Sasha to run. She has until the song ends. Sasha grabs her bag and sprints into the wilderness. Now she understands the truth. Ben was never kind. He is a predator. She jumps back into her kayak and races downriver. The strong current carries her fast, creating distance between them. But when the song ends, the hunt begins. Soon after, Sasha crashes and is thrown from the kayak. She has no choice but to flee by swimming. She reaches land and hears the voices of a family in the distance. Desperate for help, she runs toward them. But it is another trap. The voices are coming from a video playing on Sasha's stolen phone. Ben had lured her in. The moment she sees him, Sasha runs again while bolts from Ben's crossbow fly past her. She slips into the river and is dragged by the current, barely surviving. She reaches shore again, but her phone is ruined by water. With no way to call for help, Sasha keeps running until she reaches higher ground. Using binoculars, she scans the area. Ben is still following her. Later, Sasha spots Ben swimming and decides to steal his boat while he is distracted. But as she steps near it, one of her feet snaps into a hidden trap Ben placed nearby. Ben appears and drags her helplessly across the ground. Sasha manages to spray him in the face with pepper spray and fights back. But when she tries to press the attack, Ben reappears at a distance with the crossbow ready. She is forced to surrender. Ben then tells her this is not a game. It is a ritual. Afterward, he even gives her food, leaving Sasha confused about what he truly wants. The next morning, Ben transports Sasha by boat deeper into the wilderness. He reveals that he learned her name from the Wandara Park Ranger. After researching her, he discovered the Trollwall accident and Tommy's death. Sasha admits Tommy was cremated after he died. Suddenly, she tries to escape. Ben throws her into the river. She realizes he has attached a rope to the handcuffs on her wrists, allowing him to drag her behind the boat like an animal. Eventually, he pulls her into a hidden cave that has been serving as his home. Inside, Sasha discovers horrifying truths. The Carter family, the same family whose voices were played on the phone video, were murdered by Ben. Their bodies are hidden inside the cave. Worse still, Ben makes jerky from human flesh and eats it. Sasha realizes in horror that she already ate some of it earlier, before knowing what it was. Ben explains that he follows beliefs inspired by indigenous tribal rituals. He says by eating a victim's heart, he can capture their spirit. Then he reveals his sharpened teeth, filed into points to resemble tribal warriors he admired. After sharing all this, Ben hangs Sasha alive and prepares for the next stage of his ritual. He confesses that the first person he ever killed was his own mother, Gino. He ate her heart so her spirit would always remain with him. Now he wants to do the same to Sasha. Because he admires her strength. The moment he gets close enough, Sasha bites off part of his ear. Even after Ben tears off her outer clothing while trying to stop her, she escapes and dives into an underground river inside the cave. Ben chases her and manages to hook himself to her handcuffs with another rope. The struggle sends both of them crashing into the main river current. They are swept over a waterfall. Both slam into the rocks below. Ben is knocked unconscious after hitting his head. Sasha grabs a stone and repeatedly strikes him to keep him down longer. But Ben recovers faster than expected. He grabs Sasha by the throat and starts choking her. Then suddenly, he lets go. As if he still does not want to kill her yet. Using that moment, Sasha smashes his leg with the rock. The bone breaks, and Ben collapses. But Sasha still cannot separate herself from him because the tether remains attached. That night, she finally confesses the truth. She let Tommy fall because if she held on any longer, both of them would have died. That guilt has haunted her ever since. The next morning, Sasha spots a climbable cliff that could lead out of the ravine. Meanwhile, Ben's broken leg is becoming infected. He will die soon without help. Sasha offers a deal. If Ben unlocks her handcuffs, she will help get him to the top and find medical aid. Ben agrees, but warns her. If she tries to betray him during the climb, he will drag her down with him. The two begin scaling the cliff together using paired climbing techniques. Thanks to knots tied by Sasha, Ben can still climb using one good leg. High above the ground, Sasha secretly tries to cut Ben's harness. He notices and yanks her downward. She survives only because she had already secured a backup knot. As they near the top, Sasha quietly hooks Ben's safety line onto a small tree trunk. Ben once again pulls her downward while trying to sabotage her harness. The violent tug snaps the harness. At the same time, Sasha loses her own support knot. Barely holding herself on the cliff, she makes one final move. She releases Ben's line. Ben falls to his death. Now free of him, Sasha faces one last challenge. She must climb the rest of the cliff with no safety gear at all. Using every last ounce of strength, Sasha finally reaches the top. Later that night, still stranded in the wild, she is picked up by passing tourists. With their help, she returns to her car and then finds the Wandara park ranger who warned her earlier. Sasha reports everything. The missing Carter family had been murdered by Ben. Authorities search the cave and discover at least 20 human bodies hidden deep inside the wilderness. Some time later, Sasha visits the beach alone. She throws Tommy's lucky compass into the ocean. It is her way of forgiving herself for his death. And finally choosing to live again.